Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ronquillo. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. So I get a lot of questions on how I make my backing tracks for my demo videos. And a few years back, I actually made a video on how I make backing tracks from scratch, which I will link up to here. But that video is more about making the track from scratch, programming my own drums, and using things like software, instruments, and plugins. But sometimes I might be in a hurry to make a backing track. I might have a lot of gear demos I need to do, so I need to produce these backing tracks really quickly. And in that type of scenario, I kind of take a different approach, which I'm going to show you. And with this method, I can make a backing track super quickly, sometimes in 10 minutes. Okay, so I've got my Logic session open here. It's kind of a template. You can see that I got one track for drums, one track for bass, possibly a keyboard. I'm not sure yet. Sometimes I don't decide that until after I'm done. And then one track for guitar. Maybe I might lay down a rhythm guitar part. But usually I like to start with the drums. Now, the way I make this really quickly is instead of programming drums, I like to use drum loops. And lately I've found a company that makes some really great loops, not only drum loops, but they also have like keyboard loops, bass loops. Now the company is called Yurt Rock, and I've actually been using their loops for quite some time now. So here is my folder of Yurt Rock loops. Now full disclosure, I have bought most of these loop packs, but the kind folks over at Yurt Rock got in touch with me and gifted me a couple new loop packs, and we're going to check out some of them. They offer more than just drum loops. Obviously there's drum loops here. We got Victor and Drizzle drums. We've got an organ and clavinet keyboard loops. You've got some loops here by my favorite bass/guitarist Charlie Hunter with Carter McLean. So it's drums, bass, and guitar loops. And just to give you a quick sample of the quality and what you get in these loops, let's pull up these drum loops by Daru Jones. Great drummer here in Nashville, plays with Jack White. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different groove packs, I guess. With this loop pack, you've got audio loops in the form of wave files. You've got MIDI loops, which are the MIDI versions of the audio loops. So you could actually, put the MIDI into whatever drum software, whether it's like, Superior Drummer, Easy Drummer, or Steven Slate, what have you, and use your own drum sounds, which is super cool. Vibe loops, which I believe might be mixed by the folks at Yurt Rock, so it might have some, certain preamps or compression or effects on them. But let's start with the totally bare, clean loops. Let's get a verse clean. That's usually the grooves. I'm kind of interested. I want to see what the vibe loops are of that particular drum loop that we just heard. So I don't know. To me, it almost sounds like it's in mono, and there's a little bit of a preamp overdrive to make it a little warmer, which is super cool. So you can have the choice. You can get their treatment of these loops. Or take the clean loop and manipulate it however you want. But like I said, this video is on how I make backing tracks super quickly. So what I'll do is actually just go into the Yurt Rock folder. I might demo certain loops. And this is another great thing. Sometimes if I'm not feeling inspired or can't come up with anything on my own, or programming drums on my own, sometimes I'll just come to the Yurt Rock loops and find something really cool, and it'll instantly inspire me, and I'll create a track really quickly. So let's go into these Victor and Drizzle drums. I think I remember hearing something cool. So just like the other drum loop pack, you've got a set of different grooves, kind of named as well as labeled with their beats per minute, as well as samples. So this one you can actually get one-shot samples of Victor's kit. So like, kicks, African mambo sample, snare rim shots. So you can actually use these samples and input it into your your drum machine program, but I'm gonna go and check out this tempo, yurt shake. So we've got drum loops and percussion loops. I'm gonna check out some of these. Nice. So there's 13 of these variations on this groove. Let's just randomly go somewhere in the middle, like 4. Okay, let's go with that. And that's cool. It's a little variation on the kick drum. So I'll just drop it into my Logic track. It says the audio file contains tempo information. Yeah, so it's all locked in. Now on this track, I don't know if you can see, but I've got a little compressor already on it. That's part of my template that I created. Just makes it easier when I mix it at the end. But for this, if I press L, it'll just loop that drum loop I inputted. And that was, you know, faster than me trying to program drums right out of the gate. Now something else that I noticed in this particular loop pack, let's go back to it. If I go back here, I saw there was perc loops. So there's percussion loops that goes with these drum loops. So if I go here, loop shake. So it's like a shaker and some other percussion. Let's see how varied it goes. Little bongo and effects. That's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another track, another drum loop track, and then I'm going to drag that shaker loop shake file, and that should be, hit the L. Let's see how it sounds together. Yeah. Maybe lower it a little bit for now. So there's my drum loop, and now I'm going to continue with trying to come up with a bass line for this. I kind of have an idea that I want this to be kind of in B, maybe like a B minor or B dominant 7 type of thing. So I'm just gonna play the drum loop and try to come up with a bass line or a chord progression in B. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Okay, so I kind of dug what I just did there at the end. So something like that might be cool for the main part. So just B minor. Sounds like B minor going to E minor. So in my demo tracks, I like to have at least 2 sections to solo over so it doesn't sound too dull. I like to have a little bit of a change. So maybe I'll do... let's see. I'm trying not to reuse progressions I've used in the past a lot, but it's hard to because it's very cool common progressions. Yeah, something like that. So maybe I'll go... So that'll be like part 2. So let's track this and see how it goes. So, and usually if I feel like that was a clean take, I might, you know, loop exactly that. So if I go here, chop it down, hopefully. Close enough, since we're in a hurry. So I have basically a nice little 32 bar phrase. So let's just hear it once through real quick. And I record the bass with a compressor, so I don't really have to compress it again. I might EQ it differently. I have a little template there, little preset that I make for the bass. Now, I do think that this track could use a little bit of keyboard, and in my first How to Make Backing Tracks video, I used a program called Easy Keys from TuneTrack. You could program the piano parts yourself just by picking the chords, but since I'm pressed for time, sometimes it's actually easier for me just to play the chords out myself, and I'm not the greatest piano player, but I can get around with figuring out chords, so I've got this little Wurlitzer, comes with Logic. So I'll go with that for now. Doesn't have to be special jazz chords. Part 2. Okay, let's do something cool there. Here we go. That's enough. I can quantize it so it's on the downbeat, so I sound somewhat good. Loop it. That's it. That's the track. Let's hear it from the beginning, shall we? And so on and so forth. So I might actually lay down a rhythm guitar part. Usually I don't, but for this I will. And I'm just going through a plugin on my UAD Apollo interface, which is the Sir SE100. Save it for the demo. Let's cut off that last part and just loop it. for a little dimension with the bass, but that's pretty much the backing track. Now I might do a little quick mixing. I might put, you know, kind of little mastering going on. But that's pretty much it. Let's hear how it sounds. Cool. And that's it. That's pretty much how I make a backing track super quickly. Okay guys, if you want to learn more about the Yurt Rock loops and how to buy them, I'll put a link down in the description. But definitely check them out. Like I said, there's drum loops, there's bass loops, there's keyboard loops, there's all kinds of loops that you can use to make your own backing tracks or give you a little bit of inspiration. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thanks again for watching this video, and special thanks to Yurt Rock for those complimentary loops. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please click that thumbs up, share it with your family and friends. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, gear demos, or guitar lessons, click that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching. I'm RJ Ronquillo, and I'll see you in the next video.